Hey, whippersnappers, it's Tortoise the Grey. Welcome back to another exciting episode of ARK Survival Evolved. We are here with Drogon, our little shoulder dimorph. I think they've changed... Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. What am I doing? There we go. I think they have changed how you dismount these guys a little bit, because I've been trying to get this thing off my shoulder for a while without any effects. Like, sometimes mashing E will work and sometimes not. But yeah, having difficulty getting the dimorphs off. That used to be you couldn't keep them on your shoulder if you tried, but yeah. Anyway, today we're doing a couple of things around the island, and we may be doing some other fun stuff as well. But I want to start by showing you guys some serious lag spikes. That's what I want to show you there. Look at our beautiful laggy island. Okay, so here we go. We're standing in front of a taming Bronto, and we've got a level 10 female here. She is going to get up potentially 4 levels going when she goes up, which which is what she had available to her. It would have been at 100% too. So she's still pretty much getting 100% efficiency here. We don't have any kibble available to give her at this point. But we threw some crops and some other stuff on her, which should keep her going for a bit. She's got such high torpor, I don't think we're going to have to really worry about her waking up at this point until she's tamed. She's getting pretty close. It's been going for a little while. I couldn't tell you exactly how long it's been running for, but it's been running for a bit. I think my guess would be, since our taming multiplier is 2 times, that she's been running for almost an hour now. Jay took her down. He was doing a lap around the island to gather some meat. He was riding on lag spike? He was riding on the lag spike. We have a... Alright, this is ridiculous. We have a plesiosaur in the bay here, which is, if the game ever decides to turn... I don't know what the deal is, guys. I have got to really pull my computer apart and do some stuff, maybe replace some components. Lately, I'm just incapable of running this game on well, it's medium settings with high textures. When I'm playing by myself, I'm pretty much always having to play in low at this point, because otherwise I get lag like this, where it's just completely unplayable. And my recording software shouldn't really add lag because of the way that it does stuff. I use Camtasia, and it shouldn't really add lag in that it doesn't really write the file. It doesn't really write the save file until after you're done. 111 ingots. Yikes. Jay found a shotgun blueprint earlier. But Jay was running around the island on Locke, our plesiosaur. He's level 75 now. You guys saw a little teaser image of him at the end of last episode. He was chilling under the water in the bay as Jay flew me over it. And yeah, so we got this guy from, I think it'll probably say he was tamed by Ronin. But we actually got him 8-Brit and the artist formerly known as Prothy. I think he was going by Brandos at the end there. At the end, they're not dead. But 8-Brit till death or respawn left the server. They just didn't have time for it. They're pretty busy guys, and they both. I've been on a couple of servers with them, and it seems like they pretty much they get really hot into something, and then they peter out. They don't really have real good consistency with things like that, which is fine. I mean, people have lives. But yeah, so they had a bunch of dinos they were getting rid of. We got like so the little dimorphs we've got, well, we had 3 dimorphs. I haven't seen Severus in a while, but we have Severus, Norberta, and Drogon. Drogon's the one who's on my shoulder right now because I can't get him off. But we've got those dimorphs. We've got a couple of raptors from them, as well as Locke, the plesiosaur, which is what I was most excited about. They kind of posted that they were leaving, and I was like, I had seen that they had a plesiosaur because they lived just up the coast a little bit from us, so I had flown over it before, seen the guy down there, and when they were leaving, I was like, so, what's your plans for all your dinosaurs? And she was like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Well, you guys can have them if you want. And so I was able to jump on, thankfully, real quick, and and we got those. So we've had those guys a little bit. I haven't done a ton with any of them. I mean, the dimorphs are mostly just decorative, I guess, really, honestly. And then the plesiosaur has probably been the most used. Well, we use the raptors too, I guess, a little bit. But really what we've been using it for is it's really a good way to get meat, because Jay can go jump on Locke, and he can do a lap, and this thing can just wreck megalodons and things like that, which are great meat sources. So he does a lap around the map or around the island or up the coast a bit or whatever, and then he can get tons of stuff going with that. So yeah, been a good source of meat, and he's gone up a lot. We got him when he was level 60. He's gone up to level 75 already, and he did it pretty quick, which leads me to almost question whether or not leveling. Because, like, if you tame something, no matter what level it is, it takes the same amount of experience to go up to the next level. So if you tame a level 1, it'll take as much experience to go to level 2 as if you tamed a level 30 to go to level 31. So the experience gain just kind of starts when you take possession of it. And so I almost wonder if you unclaim a dinosaur and somebody claims it, if that happens as well. Like, could we unclaim, Locke, and then have, say, April take Locke, and then his XP reset to where he's able to now, get all kinds of levels? Because he only had, like, 1 level when I got him. It's not like he had been sitting there racking up levels. He was level 60 when we got him. And so he's just gained all those levels since we got him. So, but yes, we've got the plesiosaur there. Jay's been doing some work over on the cove there. I moved all of the dinos. You guys had given some feedback, and I was having similar thoughts, is there were just too many dinos over here, and there was way too many dinos over here, and so I moved, I set up the poop farm, and now I've taken it down again. Well, I've taken the dinos down. That was partially, we had, well, yeah, I was updating it. We've had a couple of instances lately where, the original setup, it was all kind of wide open. I had the ramps up there. Well, they're sloped roofs, but I had the sloped roofs, but pretty much everything else, was pretty much open so that I could come in and out easy and things like that. But we've had a couple of instances lately where Jay had a run-in with a couple of ankylosaurs over here, and I've had issues with brontos where, if something engages over here, then, like, all of our stuff's in the open, so we lost, like, all of our storage bins again, had to remake all that, and I just kind of got sick of it. It's like, alright, well, my original plan was to leave this open, but it's getting so annoying that I went ahead and I've spent the morning closing everything up, and so that's working out pretty well. I mean, it hasn't really been open, it hasn't really been up long enough to really, I haven't even put everything back in. In fact, I've got a couple of things here. Let's pull these out of the inventory. Got to put the cooking pots and the campfires back down. Several of these were broken when Jay had when the ankylosaurs attacked Jay, and then when I put the walls up, like previously, I'd had a bunch of stuff like the preserving bins were in their own little enclosure, and then like this row of foundations was all kind of wide open. But I had like the cooking fires and stuff out on this. But it was honestly, like, with the walls up here now, I couldn't, like, it wasn't good for moving around, so I needed to move some of this stuff, and I opened it up so that these are in here. Really, the preserving bins, the only reason I enclosed anything was for the preserving bins, because, now, I don't think Poet and them would really make the effort of coming down here, necessarily, but we can't put pins on the preserving bins, so that means if, somebody were to come by and they were out in the open, somebody would just take all of our jerky or eggs or whatever. Since Poet and Tribe Awesome has become unabashed pirates, they just take what they need, which Poet says, it's payment for the server, because he pays for the server. And it's like, well, I mean, I can't really argue with that, but don't want to make it easy for him either. So I'd originally closed in the preserving bins because we don't have any way of locking these. Like on chests and stuff, we can put a pin, like over here, so we set pin or something, and we could do that, but with the preserving bins we can't. So I blocked them in, and now everything is blocked in, and I went ahead and I replaced all the thatch and everything with wood, and I closed up kind of So I extended out these hatches for the bigger dinos. It doesn't work really well. It's not. I'm not really happy with it at all. But it's the method that Elwyn was using, and she doesn't have issues with it. So I'm not sure what my big deal is. Maybe there's something I need to do that's different. But yeah. So anyway, completely been revamping the poop farm here. Now let's. Okay, so we've got our cooking fires in. This isn't really a poop farm. I mean, it is a poop farm, but really what it is it's our kibble factory. Our taming, really, I guess that's a taming factory. The point is that, like, so we've got some extra storage here now. All of what we're doing here is for the purposes of taming. So, like, we keep our narcotics here now. We've got some extra farming equipment, some kibble non-perishables. So, like, we've got the water skins we need, as well as a little bit of fiber. Been doing a lot of building, so I don't have a lot of extra supplies there. And then over here, we've got lag spike. We've got a lag spike, which is pretty exciting, but you guys are enjoying that. And we've got some fuel for the fire, so we keep a little bit of wood over here. Thatch, which we use to make the fertilizer, and then this last chest over here is going to be fertilizer as well. But yeah, so all of this is in order to make kibbles so that we can do taming. So we've got the narcotics and stuff over here too, which is also for taming. So this is kind of our taming, you know, factory, I guess. Alright, so we've got these 2 campfires. Where do I want to put these? Can I put them... Where can I put them? Let's see. Get the little holograph going here hopefully soon. Maybe, perhaps. Oh, man. I'm sorry, guys. There we go. Yeah, we can put it right there. Perfect. That's what we'll do then. Awesome. Just kind of cluster all this stuff together. Yeah. Perfect. There we go. So we've got our preserving bins. We've got our campfires. So the campfires will be used to cook the meat. And then the cooking fires will be used to... We probably can cook meat in these, but those are going to be used to make the kibbles. So let's head out here. Ooh. Is my gamma... I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know if that's going to work. This isn't... I'm not real happy with this at the moment. The lag and everything. And it's been like this for, you know, really since the biome update. I've had issues with lag, and it doesn't make good content, and it makes me so mad because I love doing this series and I love playing this game, and I don't want to get so far ahead that like you guys eventually, if I'm able to bring you guys back, it's like, oh, Tort tamed everything and built everything, and now there's like, I want to do the... Ooh! Our Bronto might be tamed. Our Brontos might be tamed. Let's jump on... Jay tamed a frog recently, which is actually a bit of a spoiler, maybe? No, he said he was uploading that today? I don't know. I'm uploading this... Well, it'll be a couple days now. He grabbed this frog. We weren't really planning on getting a frog, like, necessarily. We weren't like, okay, we need to get a frog, let's set out to do that. I think we, like, eventually we were going to do that. But he happened to be flying over the swamp, I think, and he found a level 30 frog, which on our server is the highest level you'll find in the wild. Because this server is just old enough that they have changed the leveling since... the leveling scaling since the server started. So, like, whereas now on servers you'll find, you know, level 150s in the wild or whatever. Or whatever level you find in the wild, I guess. I honestly don't know. Maybe 120s. I think 30 scales to a level 120 or something. We... on our server, it's just old enough that it used to be, you know, 30 was the highest level you would find in the wild, and they've changed that since then, but our server's on the old config file or something, so we only get level 30 maxes. So Jay found a level 30, and he figured he would go ahead and tame it, because we wanted a frog eventually, and that, if you can get like a perfect, like 100% efficiency tame on a level 30, that's as good as you're gonna get. That's as good as you're going to get on this server in terms of a tame. So he saw that and he's like, okay, perfect. Whoa. want to come say hi to our new lady friend. I don't know what we're gonna do with this Bronto. It just kind of got trapped, and Jay's like, "Hey, let's tame it. It's trapped." And we're like, "Okay, yeah, go for it." Like, on this island, like, it's completely safe to do that. We both. He's home. He's got a furnace getting installed at his house, and I have got a sick day going today. You guys maybe can tell a little bit in my voice. And so it's like, well, we got nothing but time, I guess. Might as well go for it. And so he went ahead and knocked it out, and I... Bronto. So he knocked it out. He was, again, doing a lap around the island with Locke, and so he was out in the water, and it couldn't get to him. Like you saw, I had to break the thing out there. So, go for it. Tiny's a good name for it. But yeah, so we just kind of randomly got this Bronto, because why not, I guess. I think Jay's probably even a high enough level to craft. Can you craft the saddles yet? Oh, you know what we need to do? Hold on. So this is another part of the update that I want to give you. You guys have probably seen most of this stuff already. I did not. I've been having such issues with recording ARK. This last weekend, I had really bad issues with my... Well, really, this whole last week and weekend, I had a lot of issues with my internet connection. And so really doing anything on here was really bad in general. But they did have a real... Oh, crap. This thing's still following me. Hey, everybody. How's it going? But as I'm sure you guys have seen on everybody else's channels, I had started recording some stuff that I was going to try and put out, but like I could not do anything without being on low settings, and even this lag now is better than what I was getting this weekend, and I was getting like this kind of lag on low settings, and so I tried doing some of the Halloween event stuff. And I'll show you guys some of it here now, but I'm sure you guys saw, I mean, I saw pretty much everybody else who was on this server go ahead and put something out with that, so I'm not super worried about you guys having seen it or not, because I'm sure you have, but we did end up getting, oh my god, this lag here, I don't even know, like, the timer, it's like lagging the whole computer, so the timer on my recording software isn't even... moving, so I honestly don't know how this is going to affect the recording at this point. I'm going to imagine that it's continuing to record audio on this still image here. Oh my gosh, this thing killed a trike. That's a huge poop. Yeah. Oh my god, the lag. But yeah, so the Halloween event, there's a couple of fun things going on. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of it. Am I stuck here? What's the deal? Took the narco out of our inventory. Okay, so one of the things that they added, you guys may be able to see our trike up there. Let me get the stupid pick out of my face. But there are a number of dinosaurs in the game that were given skeletal appearances for the Halloween event. And so you would find, there was 3 herbivores and 3 carnivores. You would find like a Bronto spawn, and it would be a skeletal Bronto. You would find trikes and stegos that could spawn skeletal, and the event's still technically going on. We're hoping to get a little more of that put together. I've been tranquilized. No, she's too big for in there. Oh, god damn it, Jay. Yeah, she's too big for in there. She's just gonna cause problems. He really needs to bring her back out. She'll just be in the way. Oh, and that didn't pop up at all. But anyway, so they added some skeletal... ooh, I don't know. I don't even know how to get into this menu. I get into this menu on accident so frequently. I have literally no idea, because it's always lag. I'm typing something and it lags, and... Mega lag. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no. What did I do? Oh, that's so bad. I just finished organizing everybody too. Alright. Tiny, you come with me, sweetheart. So we've got this Lady Bronto. It looks like I'm crouched potentially. Maybe. So there was 3 herbivores, Stegos, Trikes, and Brontos, which had the skeletal skin. What is... I was typing when lag hit and it did all that. How I get up? I don't know how I got in here. I know how to crouch, which is did you already get it? C to crouch. Yeah, I mean I'm hitting that. That's not doing anything. X. Phew. Alright. So, she really will just be way too much in the way in here. I'm gonna leave her over here by where she'll actually potentially be useful. But yeah, so Stegos, Trikes, and Brontos are the herbivores that were available, and then you also had Raptors, Rexes, and Carnos that would show up skeletal as well. Except for those were only going to be the carnivores would only be alpha versions. So that's something we had alphas turned off. They are now turned on. We found out, or Avo, Inasia's husband, found out that we could actually just have them spawning in a specific area, and so we actually set them to spawn on Carnivore Island, which is a nice out-of-the-way area where they're not going to bother anybody. How do I... There we go. And so we haven't been able to get any of those yet, but we did get a number of the herbivore costumes. And so this is the Bronto one. This is the first one we got. This is the one Jay found. Oh gosh, I want her to stop following me at this point. I think I heard the whistle happen. But Jay got the Bronto costume. I think he found a Bronto pretty much first thing on our island, and he was able to take it out. At that point, we still had our Argentavis, Phoenix down, and so he was able to take it down pretty easy. We have since lost the Argentavis because Jay was he went out to Carnivore Island to try and get some of those alphas, I think. And ended up, we just are not equipped to take on the alphas at this point, so we probably won't have any of the carnivore skins. I can't even see Jay. Oh, here he is. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. And we can get the moon in the background. Hold on. Let's backspace and then get some screenshots going there. Yeah, so we've got, I think we still need to get Stegos, which I really want one for Spike. But Jay got the Bronto. We've got also the, we got 2 Trikes, actually. Okay, Can you hear me again? JC, I keep this lag. I hate it. I hate it so much. Yeah, I am broadcasting there. Stupid. But yeah, so we've got the 2 trikes done as well. I had gotten one earlier, and then just this morning, we found another one here on the island, and I was gonna kill it with you guys on camera, but then Jay logged on and just went right for it, and I didn't get a chance to set it up, which is fine. Man, I had everyone in here so nicely organized and everything. Let me turn my gamma up slightly. There we go. We've got a new Dodicarus. I think we had one last time you guys were with me, maybe? No, we did not. No, because the last time we were on was I just tamed Dolly, which has been a while. But here's our skeletal trike. So both Psyche and Threep are our skeletons now. And I really want to get one for Spike. Jay wants one for Pricker, so we really got to look out for the Stegos. Because I think we use the Stegos way more than Trikes. As awesome as the Trikes are, I'd rather have one for the Stego, just because they're so much more useful. Got a couple of those there. Oh, I didn't know you could drop torches. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so I think that's gonna be it, guys. So a little bit of stuff. We've also got the some other Halloween stuff. You've got the pumpkin patches and the scarecrows and stuff, which we can and should be picking some of these stuff up. And so we've got those, and then there's also Casper's. That's kind of funny. Casper hanging out in the graveyard. But they also had these graveyards that spawned all over the place, and you can pick these up, and then you can. You hear that? It's so creepy. But you pick those up, and then you can actually place them back down as kind of like signs, or we'll make a little graveyard for all of our fallen dinos at some point, maybe. But oh, Jay killed a pterodon. Okay. That's funny. I didn't know Casper was hanging out over here in the graveyard. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything, guys. There is some other stuff like the Dodo Rex and things like that. Unfortunately, the Dodo Rex is one of those things where only one spawns per night, and you don't always even get one at night. So they're pretty rare. Only one, like one spawns on the whole island. Only one per night, and then you've got to find it, because it could be anywhere on the island. It sounds like they found a couple on Carno Island, but Jay, the last Dodo night Jay flew up there and he did not see it. And so it could be anywhere on the whole island. It doesn't, just because Jay and I were the only ones on, doesn't mean that it would end up anywhere near us. And we're not in any way equipped to take on the Dodo Rex. It's got like almost 700,000 HP, and to put that into perspective, the Alpha Rex, which is the next, most, the Alpha Rex, which is the next most powerful, opponent, only has like 35,000. So I mean, 700,000 versus 35,000. It's a bit of a no-go. The only Avo and Code were on, Anasia's husband and Code were on, and they were able to take down one. But only by drawing it into the water, which seems to be the best strategy. I watched some videos. April directed me to like Slipgator and stuff, where they had like 7 level 200 Rexes or something that they attempted to take out there, and they all got slaughtered. Like, this Dodo Rex thing is just unstoppable, unless you drown it or something like that, where it kind of kills itself, because it just has too much HP for any conventional attack. Or I guess I've heard it's got pretty low torpor, so you can actually potentially knock it out and kill it while it's unconscious, maybe. I think I've heard somebody say that, but yeah. Anyway, guys, I think that's gonna be it. So that's a handful of the Halloween stuff. I'm sure you guys have seen it everywhere else, and we managed to tame a Bronto, and I showed you guys the updated poop farm. So next time when we come back, we're probably going to Jay and I are probably going to do an adventure to go either get a mammoth or a couple more Argentavis, because we really need our Argentavis back. Phoenix down and Bloodwing before it was so useful, and unfortunately they've both died to different opponents over the weeks, so I want to make sure that we get a couple of those back, and we've made some kibble to do that. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for today, guys. Hopefully I can figure out my lag issues. Otherwise, ARK may become kind of scarce, because this is just, it's not acceptable, and I didn't want to leave you guys without an episode, but I'm explaining that here now for you guys. If this kind of lag continues, if I can't get a reasonable playing, and I'm not going to record in low settings. I'm just not going to do it. It's fine for playing, but it's not worth putting up at that point. I mean, the game is fun still, but in terms of recording it and putting it up for you guys to see, I don't think that I'm willing to do that in those settings. So unless I can figure out some way to reduce this lag, and I'm not even running like anything else on my computer, unless I can figure out some way to really reduce that, it's possible that we are going to be taking a little break from ARK, or at least it's going to be pretty infrequent. So we'll just kind of have to see how that goes. I really don't want to have to do that because I'm loving playing this game and loving putting it up for you guys, but just like it's making it unplayable, and I'm sure it's making it unwatchable. So just for you guys, I would prefer not to have to really worry about it. So I think that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Torme the Great, and you guys have been great. Make sure to leave those likes, comments, and subscriptions for me, guys, and I will see you all back here next time, hopefully. And, yeah. Alrighty, guys. Have a good one.